Packers topics. But bear with us because the third topic is going to be hilarious because we're going to get Cohn's reaction to the Packers signing Blake Bortles. So just bear with us right now, but let's go through the Packers schedule right now. Blake, I'm going to start it off with you as the resident Packers fan. What was your big takeaway when you looked at the Packers schedule? And are you scared about the fact that the Packers are not going to be starting 3-0 because they have a schedule loss week 3 against the 49ers?
Yeah, so the first week, I know New Orleans and I believe the Packers and the Saints are prime time, which is, I mean, why do they want to have, I guess, whoever our quarterback is and then whoever the Saints quarterback is be like the prime time matchup? Like, that's kind of confusing to me. Week 2 Lions, don't really need to talk about that much. But, yeah, I'm pissed that we have to play the Niners prime time, early in the season. Because every time the Packers go to California, they lose. It just happens. And now your whole team's not going to be on IR this year, which happened last year for that Thursday night game. And, Richie James was still killing us, which is sad, but I hate the fact that we have to go to the Niners on prime time because we always just get obliterated usually when we do go to California. But yeah, that was my biggest thing that's just annoying. So, Grant, what do you think about the Packers schedule?
Well, I haven't really perused the Packers schedule that closely, but I have considered the game week 3 against the Niners, and I do think that although the Packers don't travel well they really don't travel well to the West Coast, I think that's a game that they should win. I think a big advantage the Niners had over the Packers the last couple of years was Robert Saleh. I think he was the kind of defensive coordinator who could match up with the best coordinators in the league. I don't know if you want to put Matt LaFleur in that category, but the combination of him and Aaron Rodgers is pretty potent. Combination of any coordinator and Aaron Rodgers is pretty potent. And I think Saleh was helpful. I'm not saying that DeMeco Ryans is going to be like an idiot or anything. I mean, I'm sure he's really good, but this is week 3, and he might be going through some growing pains at this point. So DeMeco, I respect him. I think he could be really good, but this might be a week where he struggles.
Right. Yeah, that's a great point, actually. I hadn't even considered that. And he'd basically eaten up both LaFleur and McVay, who really out-scheme and out-game plan a lot of coaches in the league. Just like they win the game oftentimes in the week itself with their game planning. And then obviously LaFleur has Aaron Rodgers, is just incredible. Going through the Packers schedule, the one thing that really stood out to me was that bye. Having that week 12 bye to me, or week 13 bye, it was a little bit like, ooh, because they got to play the Niners, they have to play the Saints, they have to play the Steelers, they have to play Washington, they have to play Kansas City, they have to play Seattle and the Rams. That's 7 teams that are quite physical prior to that bye. And the Packers, the one thing that has bothered me about them, and it starts with their defense and their defensive line and the linebackers. It's been their problem the last 3 years, and it continues to be their problem because they don't address it. They don't have size up front, and they don't have speed and physicality from their linebackers. And when you don't have those two things, and you're playing teams like they're going to play Minnesota, right? The Niners, the Steelers look like they want to run the ball, right? That's why they got Najee Harris. The Rams are going to run the football. Seattle is going to run the football, and you're playing these really physical football teams. It can be a grind, especially if you don't have your bye early. So that's probably the one thing that really concerns me about the Packers schedule. But then you look at it and you say, if they have Aaron Rodgers, they're going to win the NFC North and all of that. So I don't look at it as a big problem. If you guys want to, we can just do a little quick preview. Grant already started there and just talk about the Packers-Niners game real quick.
Well, real quick, I think it's interesting that the Packers have their bye week 13 or whatever, and the Niners have theirs week 6. You could argue that the Niners, week 6 isn't when you want it either, especially for a veteran team. That's a lot of playing down. I mean, if they do win the Super Bowl, how many weeks in a row of football do they have to play, assuming they don't get the number 1 seed? Like a lot. Months.
So I think the other underrated thing, and I think this was probably the biggest BS of the 17 games, is the fact that they went to this 7 playoff schedule giving only 1 team a bye. It's unbelievable to me.
Yeah.
What if you have a week, let's say you're the Niners, you have a week 6 bye. You're already scheduled to lose in the playoffs. And let me tell you why.
That's a great point.
Because it's like you can be however good a team you are, if you don't have that bye and you've just played 11 straight weeks of football, that 12th week, that 13th week, it's gonna. I mean, this to me, like, it's insane.
God forbid it's on the road,
right?
God forbid it's on the road.
Oh my God,
yeah,
it's insane to me that the players signed off for these things because the NFL is just creating more ways to make the game of football unsafe while making it safer by reducing the rules and all of this.
Yeah, going a little bit more lax on marijuana gets you this. Jeez, man, what did you negotiate, players? Yikes!
Not a good job. I did want to mention though, Vish, with the bye though, that I kind of like is when we have our bye, the next game is prime time against the Bears. So we have a whole week to just prepare for the annual Bear slaughter at Lambeau Field. So I know Grant's going to be watching that. He's going to be talking Niners, and he's going to tune in to Rodgers, the annual Bear slaughter.
I'll peep it. I'll peep it.
If he's not watching the Trey Lance film, I know he's going to be on that this year. Or playing.
See, Sunday Night Football, if you've been following Grant's tweets, that becomes at the time where Grant, I think, starts relaxing. Maybe he's got his feet up on the couch. He starts having a drink. So instead of watching the game, he'll start trolling the two teams within the game.
That's true.
And
I'm trying to unwind at that point.
Right.
I'm done for the night at that point.
And Niners fans who are so used to getting trolled, they're like, oh, crap, Grant's trolling someone else, and they start going crazy about it.
That's right. Give him the treatment. I can do it. I can do it sometimes. Who brought it out against Matt Patricia last year on Thanksgiving? I could not understand. I feel like I got Matt Patricia fired. I feel like I did my part. He was out 2 days later.
They were listening to you.
Yeah, maybe. Sorry, Matt.